create a long-lasting impact. Would you believe me?
If I told you your donations can help refugee farmers in Palestine, children in the Gambia, and villagers in Pakistan, would you donate more?
When the world needs your support now more than ever, why just tell you about the impact of your donation when we can show you for ourselves?
Our mission is to eradicate cyclical poverty around the world and empower local communities to create change, meaningful change.
Join us in creating a lasting change that can impact generations to come.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to Penny Appeal First Virtual Gala. We are happy to hear everyone. I really hope that everybody can hear me fine and can also see me fine. We are starting our gala, inshallah, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the introduction of Penny Appeal. I am going to be your host for tonight, inshallah. My name is Mansour Al-Yasi, and I am head of events. I'm the head of events at Penny Appeal USA. I've been working for Penny Appeal USA for more than 2 years right now, alhamdulillah, and a lot of blessings, a lot of work that we have done. And I'm going to be your host tonight, inshallah, for this virtual gala. Let's, inshallah, start with thanking everyone first for joining us and being with us tonight. Alhamdulillah, the work that we've been doing in the past 4 years, past 4 years, is to make a lot of change around the world, and you guys are the reason why we continue making that change around this world. Inshallah, we're going to have a very great lineup of speakers. We're going to start with the Qur'an recitation. We're going to have a speech from our very own CEO, Osama Mizwi. We're going to have, inshallah, our motivational speaker as well, Yasmin Elhady. We are going to have our program manager talk to you also about the COVID-19 international emergency response that we are running and our efforts in the past couple of months on fighting this pandemic. So let's set our first, before we start anything and before I introduce our first guest, inshallah, let's set our some ground rules. So we're all clear about what's going to happen tonight, and we're all clear about what you guys are going to do, because even though we can't see you, you can only see me and see our speakers, but we want to have this vibe as well, inshallah, even though you're sitting on your couch. So when we introduce someone, please help me give a round of applause for that person who I'm introducing, even though we can't hear you, but we can feel it. So on your couch or on your iftar, on your iftar table, wherever you are, just give a round of applause, please, and just feel the moment, feel the momentum that we're having, inshallah, for this amazing virtual iftar that we're having, inshallah, tonight. So allow me to introduce our first guest, inshallah. Our first guest is a reciter, is a poet, is a nasheed artist. He's, mashallah, he's been singing, he's been doing nasheed, he's been singing, he's been reciting internationally and locally here in the US. A very special name. Let me introduce, inshallah, my friends and my brother, Faisal Latif. Please give a round of applause for Faisal Latif, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing, guys? I hope everybody's doing great, inshallah, during this at-home period. And alhamdulillah, we can't, like he said, we can't invite you to banquets, but we can hold stuff for you, alhamdulillah. You're too kind, Mansour, and I love you, bro. Bismillah, I'm going to get started. Inshallah, I will be reciting Suratul Insan, and inshallah, you will be able to read the translation, hopefully. Bismillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا إنا هديناه السبيل إما شاكرا وإما كفورا إنا أعتدنا للكافرين سلاسل وأغلالا وسعيرا إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله يفجرونها تفجيرا يوفون بالنذر ويخافون يوما كان شره مستطيرا ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا إنا نخاف من ربنا يوما عبوسا قمطريرا فوقاهم الله شر ذلك اليوم ولقاهم نضرة وسرورا وجزاهم بما صبروا جنة وحريرا متكئين فيها على الأرائك لا يرون فيها شمسا ولا زمهريرا ودانية عليهم ظلالها وذللت قطوفها تذليلا ويطاف عليهم بآنية من فضة وأكواب كانت قوارير من فضة قدروها تقديرا ويسقون فيها كأسا كان مزاجها زنجبيلا عينا فيها تسمى سلسبيلا ويطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون إذا رأيتهم حسبتهم لؤلؤا منثورا وإذا رأيت ثم رأيت نعيما وملكا كبيرا عاليهم ثياب سندس خضر واستبرق وحلوا أساور من فضة وسقاهم ربهم شرابا طهورا إن هذا كان لكم جزاء وكان سعيكم مشكورا إنا نحن نزلنا عليك القرآن تنزيلا فاصبر لحكم ربك ولا تطع منهم آثما أو كفورا واذكر اسم ربك بكرة وأصيلا ومن الليل فاسجد له وسبحه ليلا طويلا إن هؤلاء يحبون العاجلة ويذرون وراءهم يوما ثقيلا نحن خلقناهم وشددنا أسرهم وإذا شئنا بدلنا أمثالهم تبديلا إن هذه تذكرة فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه سبيلا وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله إن الله كان عليما حكيما يدخل من يشاء في رحمته والظالمين أعد لهم عذابا أليما صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah, jazakallah khair, brother Faisal. Isn't that beautiful, mashallah? Faisal is one of the people that I listen to, even if I'm sitting on my couch sometimes and I want to, listen to some Qur'an. Jazakallah khair for Faisal for the beautiful recitation. You will be back with us, inshallah, with some nasheed as well. So we will see you, inshallah, in a little bit. Jazakallah khair for this beautiful session. Before I go to the next guest or the next speaker or the next session, let me just give you, inshallah, a little bit of introduction about Penny Appeal and what we do, what we have been doing in almost the past 4 years. So Penny Appeal is a nonprofit 501c3 organization, development and relief organization. We work in more than 30 countries around the world, alhamdulillah. We are part of a global organization that started from the UK over 10 years ago. And the US office, alhamdulillah, started on July 2016. So by July 2020, in about 2 months, inshallah, we are going to have our 4 years anniversary, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, 4 years of a lot of accomplishments, alhamdulillah, a lot of work that we've been doing, a lot of change, a lot of small change, but big difference, alhamdulillah. So I really want to thank all our donors, all our board members, all our supporters in general, inshallah, for the support that they've been providing to us, because without you guys, without the work that you guys been doing, we wouldn't be in the place that we are in today, alhamdulillah. So you can, inshallah, read about more of our programs as well on our website, pausa.org, and we're gonna go over some of our programs, inshallah, today, and some of our work that we do locally and internationally, inshallah. Just wanted to clarify something, because a lot of people are asking about donations and how they would donate. You can, inshallah, start donating from now, and I want to, inshallah, clarify that the green bar that says donate today to pausa.org/heal, this is the monthly donation option. So if you click on that, it's going to redirect you to our website, and you will be able to do a monthly recurring donation, inshallah. The button in the bottom that says donate, which is next to ask a question, and people, this is the button for donating at one-time gift, inshallah. So if you wish to donate at one time, you click on donate right in the bottom. And if you wish to have a monthly recurring, inshallah, as well, you can just click on the green bar on the bottom as well that says donate today. And it'll redirect you to a website, inshallah. So let me have the honor, inshallah, of introducing our next guests. If I may say, the captain of the ship, the person that has been working nonstop, alhamdulillah, for the past 4 years, with others as well, to make this organization what it is today. He's a very special person to me and to a lot of people. I know that. As I said, he's the leader of this organization, person who's been working nonstop to take this organization where it is today, alhamdulillah, and more, inshallah, in the next few years, inshallah, as well. If I go more than that, he'll probably think that I need a raise, which I probably do, but I'm not gonna go more than that, inshallah. Let me introduce the very special CEO of Penny Appeal USA, my boss, Osama Mizwi.
Assalamu
alaikum. Salam, welcome. The floor is yours.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, Mansoor, for your very warm welcome. I've told you already about the raise, so we'll have to talk offline, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, Brother Faisal, for your beautiful Qur'an recitation. Barakallahu feek. Let me start off by thanking all the guests who are joining us this evening. Thank you for logging in. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Crowdcast, welcome. If you're on YouTube, welcome. And it's great to have you. I pray, inshallah, that you're having a blessed Ramadan. We are now about a third of the way into the month. So I pray that you and your families are having a blessed spiritual month, inshallah. I pray too that you've been spared the health and economic impact of this pandemic. You know, these Ramadan galas for me are really one of the highlights of the year. It affords me an opportunity to meet our donors, to meet our supporters, our partners nationwide. And it's an annual catch-up with friends in North Carolina, in Illinois, in Florida, in Virginia, in Maryland. And of course, alhamdulillah, we are here this year. And so again, thank you for joining in. Thank you for logging in. I really wanted to start off by giving you a bit of an update about the organization. As Mansoor said in the introduction, Penny Appeal USA is proudly part of a global Penny Appeal family with member offices in the UK, in Canada, in Australia, South Africa. Alhamdulillah, we are a growing organization with member and affiliate country offices in Bangladesh, Pakistan, the Gambia, Jerusalem. And so we are a growing international family. Since launching in July 2016, we have, alhamdulillah, gone from strength to strength. Our capacity has grown, our revenue has grown, and that, of course, is down to you, our generous supporters and partners on this journey. And like Mansoor said, we are celebrating in July our 4th year anniversary as an organization. And that's, subhanAllah, very hard to believe and to think where the time has gone. In that time, you've helped us raise over $10 million to support life-changing and often life-saving programs. Through your support, we've responded to emergencies and disasters here in the United States, but as well as globally in Yemen, in Syria, in Bangladesh, in the Bahamas, Indonesia, Mozambique, the list goes on. You've cared for orphan children in over 9 countries. You've provided access to clean drinking water in over 5 countries. Internationally, You've helped women-led families earn sustainable monthly incomes to support themselves and their families. And you've supported education programs to educate the next generation and help eradicate intergenerational poverty. Tonight, you've joined us, of course, for a series of events we've called Heal Humanity, which is the name of our healthcare program. Heal Humanity covers a range of programs that we run and support all over the world. In Syria and Palestine, in Bangladesh, in Mozambique, in Sudan, in Somalia, in Uganda. We're providing the most disadvantaged communities with access to with access to healthcare, essential healthcare. This was really, really important work before the pandemic. Just imagine now how crucial, even more crucial, that work has become. In 2015, the world leaders at the United Nations agreed a set of 17 goals. They were called the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. The SDGs are a universal call to action to end poverty, to protect our planet, to ensure all people have peace and prosperity by the year 2030. Now, goal 3 of the 17 SDGs is good health and well-being for all. And included in goal 3, which is good health and well-being for all, is this aim of providing universal health coverage, ensuring that everybody is able to access the health services they need, regardless of where they live, regardless of their ability to pay. Despite universal health coverage being the cornerstone of goal number 3, and despite number 3 being so important to developing and reaching the 17 Sustainable Development Goals by 2017, as we look at the progress made so far, we see that at least half of the world's population still lacks access to essential health services. Half of the world's population can't afford or doesn't have the means or the resources just to pop into a local health clinic or a local hospital and get the basic essential need that they need. According to the World Health Organization, almost 100 million people are pushed into extreme poverty, not just regular poverty, extreme poverty, because of out-of-pocket healthcare expenses. Now, of course, governments have a responsibility. The lion's share of that responsibility falls on governments to make sure that their people living within their boundaries, are given access to healthcare, regardless of their ability to pay, regardless of class and socio-economic status. But we being the non-profit sector, but also we as individuals also have a role to play in ensuring that people don't die unnecessarily because of preventable diseases, because of a lack of access to healthcare. So this evening, we will continue to remind you, inshallah, to join us in making these programs possible. You can call this evening to support our work by calling 202-851-2112. That's 202-851-2112. You can go on our website and there is a link at the bottom there, a green link, which is pausa.org/heal, HEAL. And there is another button at the bottom there next to ask a question. Go on our website, give us a call. Please make our healthcare programs possible. You know, despite some of the successes that we've had, despite the fact that so many diseases are so close to being eradicated, there's still a lot that needs to happen. Millions of people continue to die every year because of a lack of access to basic healthcare. Too many women are still dying while giving birth to children. Too many children under the age of 5 are dying because of dehydration, because of diarrhea, because of malaria, and so many other preventable issues. Tonight, we're asking you to help us roll out these international programs. In Palestine, we are supporting the only neonatal unit. We are helping them expand so that they can save the lives of more premature babies. In Syria, we are working in 8 to 9 hospitals, providing them with essential tests and protective kits and equipment to control the spread of COVID-19. We've been now working in the Rohingya camps in Bangladesh for a number of years, giving access to tens of thousands of individuals, access to primary healthcare services. And that's what these gathers and iftars are about this today and for the next 3, this series that we're hosting. We know that COVID-19 has impacted all of our lives, some more than others. But the reality is that the chronic conditions, the chronic problems that existed before COVID-19 still remain. And what the current pandemic has done is really accentuate these problems. It's added fuel to the fire. And so, of course, it's made healthcare access even harder. It's made our job as non-profits, the ability for us to reach our beneficiaries, get to those hard to reach areas and communities, even harder. And so I will encourage you this evening to please continue your support. We have had a fantastic 4-year journey because of your generosity, your support, your words of encouragement. And please, we ask you tonight that you continue that by calling us on 202-851-2112 or by visiting our website, pausa.org/heal. You're going to hear this evening from Yasmin a little bit more about our work. I'm excited to listen to El-Hajj Hisham Mahmoud, who always brings a level of insight that I think many of us, especially in moments like this, really need. So while you enjoy the evening, while you enjoy later, inshallah, the nasheed from Brother Faisal, please continue to give generously to support the work that we're doing. And it really is simple. The more money we raise, the more individual lives we can help, the more people we can assist to get access to healthcare. So I'll end there. Thank you so much for logging in. Inshallah, we hope once this is all over that we'll meet again all over the country and see you face to face. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair, Osama, for the beautiful speech. It's really good to hear, our leadership perspective of the work that we do, alhamdulillah. And as I said, mashallah, Osama Mizwi, as a CEO and the board of directors as well, have been working nonstop and the rest of the staff as well, mashallah, has been working nonstop. We've all been working nonstop to just continue the change that we've been making, alhamdulillah. So a story about how I started with Penny Appeal, and this might influence a lot of people because a lot of people will expect sometimes opportunities to come without being engaged, without being involved in the community. Subhanallah, the first time I started with Penny Appeal, I started as a volunteer in Mass Chicago, 2017. And subhanallah, that was the first I've seen Penny Appeal before in a couple of events that they hosted. I haven't been really involved. But subhanallah, I wanted to volunteer. I wanted to be in Chicago at that time, and I got to be there, subhanallah, and I got to connect with some of the people that used to work with Penny Appeal as well. And I volunteered, subhanallah. After a couple of months, I did not have any intention of getting more involved. I was already involved with my community, but I wanted to serve another good organization that do a lot of goods as well in our community. SubhanAllah, another couple of months later, I met with Osama personally, and SubhanAllah, without even thinking, I didn't even know that they have a position open about more than 2 years ago. And SubhanAllah, we were just in a soccer tournament playing soccer, and then we had to have a small chat outside. And SubhanAllah, he expressed that there's a position open, and he wanted me to work with Penny Appeal. SubhanAllah, it's been more than 2 years right now, and every day that I wake up and I do what I do, it's a blessing, alhamdulillah. A lot of people, SubhanAllah, if you ask me about 3 years ago, I would imagine myself working in a corporate, especially that what I did in college is finance. And I imagine myself working in corporate, 9 to 5, and then logging off, going home. SubhanAllah, Penny Appeal gave me a lot of reason, a lot of reason to do what I do. And alhamdulillah, blessing that I feel every day in my work. And also I got to meet my wife as well through Penny Appeal. So that's something else as well. She's probably watching right now. But that's the biggest blessing. That's the biggest blessing, is getting to know my wife right there. So please, what I wanted to, honestly, why I mentioned my story is because this work of making difference around the world would not be possible without people sacrificing their time and working, and sometimes traveling and staying far from their families for days just to do this work and to have this work done. And if you ask anybody, even in other nonprofits, about, subhanAllah, they've probably been working there for more than 20 years, but they didn't feel it because they enjoy it, because this is what they love and this is what they want to do for life. So please, if you are thinking about getting engaged and thinking about getting involved in your community, with your community, just please volunteer, put yourself out there, because you never know where the opportunity will come from. Inshallah, let me introduce our first guests. He's just been with us for the Quran recitation. He's gonna inshallah do our nasheed, his beautiful nasheed, mashallah. I will introduce Faisal Latif again, inshallah, to the screen to do a session of nasheed, inshallah, for us, and then we can continue the rest of our program. Please stay on, tune in and stay there. There's a lot to do, inshallah. We have the highlight of our night, inshallah, our Sheikh Hisham Mahmoud, who's going to be with us and who's going to incite us, inshallah, with his wisdom and his knowledge, inshallah. So I'll give the screen, inshallah, back to Faisal so he can drop some gems, inshallah, and be there with us. Faisal? Do we have Faisal with us?
He's connecting now.
Inshallah. So Faisal is connecting. So just to give you a rundown of our program, inshallah, after Faisal, we're going to have a couple of words from our program manager, our very special program manager, who I'm going to introduce, inshallah, after Faisal. She's going to just talk a little bit about the work that we've been doing for COVID-19, the emergency response that we do internationally, and the campaign that we ran with a couple of partners as well. Alhamdulillah, it was very successful, and we raised a lot of money. A lot of applicants benefited from this beautiful campaign. We had a lot of response, alhamdulillah. So I'll leave that to her. Now I'll take you back to Faisal, inshallah. Faisal, the floor is yours. Just inshallah, we'll hear some nice nasheed bi'idhnillah.
Bismillah. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Just nod or thumbs up. Okay, awesome, you can hear me. All right, Bismillah. So my name is Faisal Latif. Alhamdulillah, it's an honor and a blessing to be a part of this with you guys while you all are sitting at home. And inshallah, I'm going to perform one original, one cover, and I'm going to do some poetry, inshallah. So inshallah, I'm going to begin the session off by sending salam on the Prophet Sallallaahu Alaihi Wasallam, and then we'll carry on from there. So this piece is called Ya Nabi Salam Alayka, and we will begin with that piece, inshallah. Here we go. أنت نور الله فجرا جئت بعد العسر يسرا ربنا أعلاك قدرا يا إمام الأنبياء أنت في الوجدان حي أنت للعينين ضي أنت عند الحوض ري أنت هاد وصفي يا حبيبي يا محمد يا نبي السلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك. With submission, faith, and patience, you conveyed the noble message, brought us light through your guidance. Peace be upon you, my beloved. أيها المختار فينا زادنا الحب حنينا جئتنا بالخير دينا يا ختام المرسلين يا حبيبي يا محمد يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك. All right, so that is the first piece. Alhamdulillah, I like to always start off whatever I'm doing or whenever I'm performing. I like to start off with sending salam on the Prophet Sallallaahu Alaihi Wasallam. You know, send them, get those blessings, inshallah, and get that reward. So the first piece that I'm going to sing after this is an original. It's called Endless Confusion, and it's something that I released coming up on the 1 month anniversary, 1 year anniversary actually. I released this last Ramadan, last year, Eid al-Fitr, and it's on YouTube if you'd like to check it out. I have a YouTube channel. You can follow me on there or on Instagram, inshallah. The YouTube is my name. So this song is called Endless Confusion. Here we go. Endless confusion plays on my mind. I know all my wrongs, but I can't turn them right. Endless confusion plays on my mind. Oh Allah, please guide this broken heart of mine. I see all your signs, but I turn a blind eye, spiraling down in the spiritual decline. Oh Allah, oh Allah, 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 oh Allah, 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 Ilahi. What would you say to your Lord about why you went astray? What would you say to your Lord about all those wasted days? What would you say to your Lord? So few of those days you prayed. He's always waiting for us, but we refuse to be saved. So busy drowning in sin, so many truths we betrayed, so many people we've hurt, never thinking about the day, that day of recompense, when our deeds are weighed. Ya Majid, please never ever let me stray. Ya Majid, bring me under your mercy shade. Endless confusion plays on my mind. I know all my wrongs, but I can't turn them right. Endless confusion plays on my mind. Oh Allah, please guide this broken heart of mine. I see all your signs, but I turn a blind eye, spiraling down in the spiritual decline. Oh Allah, oh Allah, 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 oh Allah, 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 Ilahi. That is Endless Confusion. I'm sorry, could you make sure the plug is plugged in? Or just move that because my laptop's about to die. So that is Endless Confusion. That is on YouTube. You can check it out there, inshallah. And that is for my second piece. I think I'm going to change it up now a little bit. And I'm going to do a little bit of poetry. I recently wrote these pieces, and these are works that will be published, inshallah, in my upcoming book that I'm currently working on, which is going to be full of just poetry and gems, inshallah. So this is one piece, inshallah. It's called Intent. All right? Intent. And I'm going to end, bi'idhnillah, with this. Just move that wire a little bit. I think it's broken. All right. So this piece is called Intent. Here we go. What am I doing this for? Is it my Lord that I seek? Is it the pleasure of people focused on a temporary feat? Is my mind in the right place, heartbeat after heartbeat? Wasted too many minutes, my clock aimlessly on repeat. I fear showing up on that day, having lived my own deceit, being among those who are destined, having deeds only worthy of the heat. What am I doing this for? Is it my Lord that I seek? Do I steal from my actions? Am I my own thief? Will I be from the rewarded or a means of my own defeat? If this is my reality, to miss out on your divinity, then I beg you now, my Lord, take this fame away from me. See, I'm a superficial slave. I only remember you when I struggle, when the world's got me down and I'm feeling hurtful. Didn't care at all of how neglectful my heart had become superficial. I opened two eyes this morning. I opened two gifts this morning. They were my eyes. You had mercy on me, so now I realize you've returned my soul even though my heart hasn't been alive. You gave me another chance, and now I fantasize of being close to you for eternity, beholding you with these very eyes. See, I know the struggle is real, consciousness surreal. My Lord, I know you know how I feel. Please don't ever let this heart be sealed or blind to my madness. You know what I conceal. Please keep me hidden, my sins unrevealed. Teach me sincerity from my deeds I don't want to steal. To you, your mercy, love and guidance do I kneel. In humbling myself to you, only then can I heal. And that is Intent. Jazakumullahu khairan, everybody, for your time. I hope you enjoyed my pieces. If you want to see more of my work, inshallah, you can follow me on Instagram, which is just Faisal Latif, the word just, Faisal Latif, at just Faisal Latif. And my YouTube channel is Faisal Latif, so you can see my work there, inshallah, and listen to Qur'an recitations or nasheed, whatever it is that you like. I pray that I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts from you all. I pray that your families are doing beautiful. I pray He accepts everyone's fast, allows your Ramadan to go amazing, and makes this be the best Ramadan you've ever had, even though it's at home. Really, let's make this a time where we're introspective. We make this a time of development, of growth, invest in ourselves spiritually and in the worldly aspect, learn new skills, etc. So take it easy, inshallah. Don't forget to smile and stay humble. Peace and blessings upon all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Faisal. Beautiful as always, mashallah. Beautiful nasheed, beautiful poetry that you have just performed, mashallah, alayk. Jazakallah khair. Alhamdulillah, I think we're going to see you, inshallah. So if you want to see Brother Faisal, inshallah, he's going to be with us tomorrow as well with in another virtual gala that we're hosting as well tomorrow with Dr. Abdul Sayyid and with other speakers as well. So join us tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Sunday the 3rd, inshallah. And inshallah next week as well, Saturday the 9th and Sunday the 10th, inshallah, we are going to be joined by Ustad Abdurrahman Murphy and Imam Khair Latif on Sunday as well for our 3rd and 4th virtual gala as well. So I know, mashallah. So if you see now the pop-ups in your screen, that is the contribution that you could do toward our Heal Humanity program, inshallah. Of course, this is a one-time gift that you can do. If you are interested in doing a recurring, and this is what we encourage people to do always as well, to stay connected through the year with us and to do small gifts, but it will make a big difference, inshallah. Even if it's a small amount every month, even if it's $1 a day, it will make a lot of difference. So please visit our website just by clicking at the green bar in the bottom where it says donate today, and we're going to redirect you to our website where you can make your contribution, recurring contribution, inshallah. I know this is beautiful. That what Brother Faisal has performed is beautiful, and I know we're here to listen to him, to listen to El-Hajj Hisham Mahmoud as well, in a little bit as well, to give us some of his knowledge and his wisdom, inshallah. We were here to listen to our CEO Osama to give you an update about our year, about what we've been doing, what we have accomplished in the past year. We are here also to listen to Yasmin Elhady, and to listen to our program manager as well, Shafaq Zia. But the most important reason why we're here is to help those people, is to make big difference that we talk about, is to do the small change and make the big difference as well that we always talk about. So please, this is a huge opportunity. Now we're getting close. I live in Virginia, so now we are about 5 minutes from Maghrib Adhan. This is a blessed time. This is a time where all of you should make a donation. It doesn't matter how much you do. It's just contributing something. Even if it's one time, if it's monthly, believe me, whatever you do is going to help. And our logo is always has it. Our logo is always telling you small change, big difference, right? Because we believe in every penny that you pay is going to make a change, is going to make difference somewhere, right? Every change that you provide to those people is going to make a difference somewhere in the world. So please, this is a blessed time. I just want to remind you that the Prophet ﷺ says, "Ma naqasa malun min sadaqa." Your wealth will never, you'll never lose your wealth out of sadaqah. If you donate, you'll never lose. Even if it reflects in your bank account that you're losing, but you're not actually losing, because this is an investment that you invest with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And just appeared on the screen our very own program manager that I want to introduce. I want to recognize for her very hard work in the past 2 months. Not a lot of people know that, but I can't imagine how many applicants she processed. And I take a pride in her work and in the very beautiful campaign that she ran and the organization ran with other partners, where we raised more than 500,000 to people that have been affected by COVID-19. People that, when we get messages from people that never actually ask for help, people have been actually helping people, but in this time of hardship, they had to ask for help because what happened affected us all. So alhamdulillah, us as Penny Appeal, we were able to help a lot of people, alhamdulillah. And Shafaq is going to talk about it more and talk about other programs as well that we run. So I'll just introduce our very own programs manager, Shafaq Zia. Shafaq, thank you for your hard work that you've been doing. I know not a lot of people see that, but I am very grateful for you being with us at Penny Appeal and doing what you do. So thank you so much. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mansoor, for your kind words. Truly, it's all a team effort here at Penny Appeal USA. Thank you so much for the kind introduction. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This Ramadan may be different, but our work has not stopped. Penny Appeal's response includes our teams and partners, not only here in the US, but in Syria, Gaza, Mozambique, Bangladesh, Pakistan, South Africa, and Uganda. We're delivering hygiene kits, food parcels, PPE. We've set up detection and treatment centers and raising awareness on prevention methods in response to the coronavirus. Specifically in the refugee and displaced people's camps in Bangladesh and Syria, our work on preventing the spread of corona is critical. Just this weekend, we've been able to provide hospitals in Pakistan, Gaza, and Syria with a new batch of PPE, bringing our total distribution to over 150,000 sets of masks and protective wear to those on the front lines dealing with this crisis. This work is not possible without you. Meanwhile, here in the US, we've provided over $600,000 and counting in financial assistance to 861 families, benefiting over 2,700 people. This ensures that families have the ability to pay their rent, purchase food, and provide necessity items for their children. We've additionally expanded our response to provide food packages in North Carolina, Florida, and Virginia, and to distribute personal protective equipment here in the United States as well, to hospitals in the hardest hit cities, including New York, Chicago, and New Orleans. In this most critical time, we want to ensure that we can be part of the solution in fighting this pandemic. We've been able to do this work and continue to with your support. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much, Shafaq. Thank you for your talk and for your, alhamdulillah, as I said before, the work that you've been doing. I can't thank you enough. Jazakallah khair. We were happy to have you here. Alhamdulillah. So we are, if you are in the East Coast, you're probably ready to have iftar right now, as I am, but my dates and my water are over there, but I'm going to leave them for now and be with you. So as I said, we're all here, alhamdulillah, to see our guests, to see our speakers, but the main reason why we're here is to help the people that are less fortunate than us and don't have the privileges that we have. So if you are now ready to have your iftar, or if you are not yet, if you still, for example, in the Central Standard Time Zone and you are not ready to have your iftar yet, but you are listening to us, please take this last hour of this day before you break iftar. It's a blessed time. It's a time where we're getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the whole day that we fasted, and we're ready to break our fast. So please just, inshallah, think about giving, visit our website and see the amazing Heal Humanity program that we are running through the month of Ramadan, and the other programs as well that we are running through the month of Ramadan, and support, even if it's a small gift, believe me, it goes immediate. Inshallah, if you are not comfortable donating online and you want to talk to someone as well, as we saw here, the pop-up that have been happening is for one-time gifts. In the green bars in the bottom, you can go, you can visit you can click on that and it will redirect you to our website, and you could do your recurring gifts. If you are not comfortable with online, you can actually call our number 202-851-2112, and you can talk to our staff and make your gift, make your donation through the phone as well, inshallah, right now. So again, it's going to be 202-851-2112. You can call our office, you can call our staff, talk to them, make your contribution to any program that you wish to make a contribution to, and inshallah, you'll be taken care of. Next, inshallah, I will introduce the reason why we're here today is fundraising and is contributing in the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I will introduce, inshallah, our guests. We're going to have a video, and then we're going to have our guest, inshallah, our motivational speaker, Yasmin Elhady. I can't talk enough about Yasmin. She's a lawyer, she's a comedian, she is our matchmaker, mashallah. And I can't talk enough about the work that she has done with Penny Appeal as a chairwoman of the board as well for the past 3 years. And now that she stopped being associated officially to Penny Appeal, she's continued to support us with her effort, with her nice words, mashallah, with her nice energy that we're going to see, inshallah, as well. So I'm going to introduce the video, inshallah, and after that, we're going to be our very own Yasmin Elhady. So I'll leave you, inshallah, with our video, with our short video, and you're going to be with Yasmin Elhady, inshallah, after that. Please give her your thoughts and your hearts and your minds and your attention, because this is a very important cause, and this is why we're here. This is why we had people in front of the screen before they had their iftar, at the time they're having their iftar, to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And inshallah, you can connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by contributing and helping people who are less fortunate. I'll leave you with the video, inshallah, and we'll be back together, bi'idhnillah, after Yasmin, inshallah. Thank you. The mic is muted. Hold on.
Families have been forgotten, and in remote parts of the world where people seek a better life. Penny Appeal USA is committed to working with you to transform communities by making healthcare accessible. In these uncertain times, our goal at Penny Appeal USA is simple: to help heal humanity. We believe that no one should go without proper care, and we are working hard to save lives from sickness and disease around the world. You'll find us in the wake of an emergency, responding to a pandemic that comes without notice and wreaks havoc on everyone in its path. You'll find us in refugee camps where families have been forgotten, and in remote parts of the world where people seek a better life. Penny Appeal USA is committed to working with you to transform communities by making healthcare accessible to everyone. That's why today we're in Syria sanitizing refugee camps and providing hygiene training to help protect the most vulnerable from COVID-19. It's why we're in Bangladesh running health clinics that have treated tens of thousands of Rohingya refugees. It's why we're in Somalia and Sudan, where we've built clinics and are sending life-saving medical supplies so that patients don't have to travel long and perilous journeys for treatment. It's why we're in Palestine, supporting the only neonatal unit in the country, caring for prematurely born babies and giving them a chance at life they never would have had. It's why we need your support now more than ever, so that together we can give more people that chance at life that they wouldn't have had without you. And what a gift to give this Ramadan. Our world may look different today, but our mission has not changed. Wherever there is pain, we aim to comfort. Wherever there is loss, we aim to rebuild. Wherever humanity is hurting, we aim to heal. Join us in healing humanity this Ramadan.
So we are back after the video, alhamdulillah. I got to break my fast, alhamdulillah, as it has been Maghrib here at Virginia for the past about 10 minutes. We are, inshallah, expecting our motivational speaker, Yasmin Elhady, to jump on the screen, inshallah, and be with us. So we will give her a couple of seconds, inshallah, to connect with us. And I mean, Yasmin, mashallah, she's hilarious. You guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with Yasmin, familiar with her comedy content. But today, it's not going to be so much comedy because we are here about a more serious cause, alhamdulillah, to raise funds for, those who are less fortunate, those who need the help that we do, need the programs that we run today. Because, subhanallah, I think about it. Those people depend on our help to do what they do in their life. We are blessed to have a roof over our head, food, alhamdulillah. Even during this pandemic, a lot of us, alhamdulillah, have been fortunate enough to have their jobs, to have their homes, to have their loved ones about them. Even though a lot of us as well have been losing that, either their jobs or either or even some of their loved ones due to the virus as well. And a lot of people as well who have less healthcare provided to them, who have actually maybe even before the pandemic, they didn't have even roofs over their head. So imagine how the pandemic is affecting them more and more. It's way worse than us, subhanAllah. Alhamdulillah, we are so privileged and we are so fortunate, alhamdulillah, to have what we have, even during this hard time. And I know a lot of people are suffering, subhanAllah, from losing loved ones or losing jobs or losing some kind of income. But believe me, while you struggle and while you help people as well, as it is important to help people that are next to you, that are at home, it's as important to actually give the assistance and the help to people who are overseas, who have way worse conditions the conditions that we live in, alhamdulillah. So please make your contribution, either monthly recurring donation, which what we actually encourage people to do, because it's a small change. It's a small change throughout the year, but it's a big difference that you make. Or through a one-time gift donation in the donate button in the bottom as well, or through the pop-ups that you see in front of you. Or inshallah, if you, as I mentioned earlier, if you're not comfortable if you're not comfortable donating through the online or through the website or through this platform, you can also just pick up your phone, call 202-851-2112, and talk to our staff, talk to our people that can help you actually, can direct you to the cause that you want to help, to the cause that you want to contribute toward, inshallah. And they could help you definitely and take care of you making your contribution. Inshallah, we are waiting on Yasmin. When she comes, inshallah, she's believe me, you guys are gonna inshallah hear more about our work and feel more encouraged. Believe me, I don't think I do that great job. I'm trying, alhamdulillah. I hope I'm doing my best, inshallah. But Yasmin, mashallah, is our fundraising expert in our events, in our galas, in our comedy tours that we host, in our movie tours that we host, alhamdulillah. And if you're not familiar with the work that Penny Appeal do, please follow us on social media. Please follow us on social media and see what Yasmin does, because she's amazing and she's on screen right now. And alhamdulillah, she's been doing for the past, as I said, for the past almost 4 years. She's one of the founders of Penny Appeal as a chairwoman of the board. She continues the great work that she does even after she stepped down from the board as well. She continued to support Penny Appeal. Yasmin, you're amazing. We appreciate the work that you do, alhamdulillah, during the 3 years that you served as a chairwoman of the board, and even after, when you didn't even think about stopping supporting Penny Appeal, and you've been always there for us. So thank you so much, Yasmin. We appreciate it. I'm sure you're going to tell a lot about what Penny Appeal does, inshallah, through your time, inshallah. So the floor is yours. Please do what you do best.
Thank you, Mansoor. So I think you're amazing, and I'm so honored and blessed to be here. I think that my computer was just making sure that I prayed Maghrib and broke my fast on time. I think that's what was going on with the technical difficulties. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammad, ashraf al-anbiya'i wal mursalin, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathiran kathira. We start by giving you guys salam and sending peace and blessings upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad. May peace and blessings be upon all of his companions and all of his family members. And we are in total awe of the difficulty that so many people are facing today. This is a very difficult Ramadan for so many people, not just because of the normal pressures of hunger and sickness, but because we have the additional sadness of COVID-19 that is causing a lot of destruction in so many parts of the world, and specifically in places that have an incredible amount of pressure already on them. And these countries that we are trying to support today, Burundi, Somalia, Palestine, and Bangladesh, are countries where there is a specific heavy pressure on the hospital system. And that is why we are fundraising today for medical equipment. Penny Appeal is about breaking the cycle. It's an attempt to break down intergenerational poverty and to create a solution that is based on real capacity growth. How do we give people the ability to increase their capacity to withstand the storm? And that is why the Heal Humanity campaign is about strengthening the hospitals, because it's an attempt to not just put a Band-Aid over the situation, but actually raise up the capacity of these different areas to deal with this tragedy that we're seeing with COVID-19, but also with the very real difficulties of having refugees and people living in very tight quarters with very little resources. We also are helping with PPE, and we heard from our program director, Shafaq, about where we are sending those type of supplies: Pakistan, Palestine, Mozambique, Syria, and right here at home in the United States. So we want you to just remember the people who are struggling, and they are people that need your help here at home as well as abroad. So I want to first start off by talking a little bit about what this month means in terms of your giving and how it is a month that is about exponential growth of your blessing. We know that from the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said that all the good deeds that we do in this month is there's a multiplier effect. They're multiplied by at least a factor of 10. And it's kind of amazing because this month, because of the difficulty of COVID-19, I think people are struggling with their jobs and with income, and they have reduced hours, or they're students and now they are unsure about how they're going to get onto the job market. And I just want to talk to you today about your gift, whatever you can donate, whatever gift that you can give, as a way that is investing in the community around you, but also investing in your own future. And giving under the difficult circumstance, giving under that pressure, is actually the greatest form of multiplying your blessings. And that is the greatest moment in which you are actually listened to by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The people who are very wealthy, the people who have things kind of going pretty easy in their life, when they give, it doesn't mean the same as when the person who is under an incredible amount of stress gives. And that person is giving in a way that shows tremendous generosity, but also foresight. And knowing that I don't have, maybe I have just one piece of bread, but I see someone here who maybe is hungry. I'm going to break that bread in half and I'm going to give it to the other person. That's a much more incredible feat, because they're giving in a proportion that is so beautiful and so generous. And God will absolutely never decrease your wealth or decrease the amount of bread that's in your hand. You will only be increased, and in manifold ways. So I want to first talk a little bit about some stories of giving. And we know obviously that people are under the difficulty of COVID-19, and they need access to healthcare. We know that healthcare is a human right, and yet we are struggling in the United States here to really kind of have our healthcare system ready to absorb the enormous task of COVID-19 crisis, but also just regular. I mean, people are bankrupt every day because they can't meet their medical bills. And I want to just tell you, some stories of people. I've fundraised all over the country for Penny Appeal USA, and I've been fortunate enough to have a platform on Instagram, Yaz Guru, and I do silly videos, and I'm not going to be funny or silly today. I just want to give you the facts. And I want to talk a little bit about what the promise of Allah really means in everyday people's lives, the practical examples of what giving can do. So I've fundraised all over the country, and I had a particular woman who identified with one of my stories that I gave, a personal story of when I was going through a very difficult time in my life, where I was coming out of a divorce. I didn't know what my next step was going to be. My bank account was cleared. I was really at zero. I didn't have a job anymore. I needed another job. And so I remember it kind of, I guess, identified or sparked something inside of a young woman that was in the audience who did give in one of the cities. And then that same woman wrote me a very personal message on Instagram. And in it, she explained that she had been in a very abusive previous relationship. Her parents were kind of uneasy about supporting her to come out of it because they didn't want their daughter to be hurt, but they also didn't want the difficulty and the taboo of having to answer questions about what happened in the divorce and like, why are you no longer with him, etc. So she was feeling a lot of pressure. She felt like also society would never accept her again. She would never be able to get remarried. She would never be able to kind of move on in her life. SubhanAllah, so she gave, and she told me that the intent that I'm giving by is so that I can find love again. And she said that she really identified with my story because I explained that in my time of need, where I had nothing and I had to sell something of my own items to be able to try to give money, because I had to even borrow money to cover my rent. That was the moment that I made a very specific prayer, a very specific dua about the kind of person that I wanted in my life. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought me that, and I was able to remarry, and alhamdulillah, I'm very happy. So she said that she felt inspired by that, and that she gave until it kind of broke her. She gave when it was very difficult for her to give, because she came out of the divorce with a lot of debt. And she told me that she gave and that she was praying to find love again. And I just told her, I really wish only the best for you. Well, she came to see me in another city. This woman came to see me in another city. And when she came to that city, she actually came up to me afterwards. And she told me, she said, hey, I had to come to see you in person. I felt compelled to come to see you in person. I'm the one who DM'd you. And I said, okay, are you okay? That's incredible. You came all the way out here to another city. She said, yeah, because I wanted to tell you that not only did I find love, and I really believe that it was associated to that giving that I gave, that the donation that I made, but I found love and I was able to get married, not in any place, but in the best of places, in Mecca. Near the Kaaba is where me and my new husband, who I'm very happy with, were able to do our kitab. And she later would send me photos, and it just really made my night, and I cried, because it was an incredible, it was an incredible answer to what she was seeking. Now we're reading Qur'an, hopefully in an increased way, a way that we maybe are not accustomed to reading the same amount. We should be getting the good habit of Ramadan, but hopefully, because we know Allah brings this month with ease, that we're increasing in our worship and we're increasing in the reading of the Qur'an. And we know in the ajza that we've already covered, we're on the 10th juz tonight, we know that in the ajza that we've already covered, that in Surah Al-Imran, in the 92nd verse of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ, that you will not achieve righteousness and goodness and closeness. Al-birr is when you have closeness to Allah and you have righteousness, you're upright, until you give of what you love. The thing which you love most, you give away. So that's when we're talking about giving until you kind of broke it, until it kind of hurts. That's what we're talking about. And I get that message from Imam Siraj Wahaj, who, beautiful man, may Allah preserve him, came to my university, told us, a room full of students who had not a lot of money, to give until it hurt. And I was like, oh my God, he cannot be talking about me. Like, he wanted everyone in the room to give $1,000. I had never seen $1,000, and he wanted everyone in the room to give $1,000, and it didn't matter how long it took to fulfill that pledge. Well, it took me a year and a half to fulfill that pledge, because it was so difficult for me to give at that time. I even picked up a weekend job to be able to cover. And alhamdulillah, in the minute that I gave that last payment, in that same week, I get a call to say, this next door is open for you. I got a chance to go get my master's for a full ride scholarship. I would have the same dream of Siraj Wahaj telling me to give until it broke me a little bit, right? He's talking really about what Imran is saying, to give from the thing that which you love the most, that you want to hoard, right? That you want to hold on to give of that, so that you can achieve birr, so that you can achieve that closeness and the righteousness. And I had a dream of Siraj Wahaj when I was doing my master's, and I found out I got a full ride to go and do my law school. And then I would have the same dream of Imam Siraj Wahaj, and I got the beautiful message that I got a full ride to get my master's at Princeton. And I don't believe that this is because I'm special in some way, or that you can't attain the same thing. This woman who was lost, who even had difficulty getting her family support in the divorce, having the ability to not just get remarried, but to get remarried near Allah. Look how close He drew her. Look how close Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala drew that woman to him, because she gave when it was difficult for her to give. And it was a blessing that she could not have imagined, right? There was no way in the calculus, in the way that she would imagine her life, that she could have imagined that she would have been married in Mecca al-Mukarramah. There's no way I would have imagined that I would have had those many doors open for me. So I want to talk to you about how you can open, inshallah, doors and what you can give. So alhamdulillah, we have the $12,000 giving point as the highest price point. That's $1,000 a month. And these are really for the hospitals that we talked about in Somalia, Burundi, Palestine, and Bangladesh, places that need to increase their capacity to deal with people on a day in and day out basis. You know, we heard from Osama Mezvi, the CEO, that in Palestine, we are supporting the hospital that has the only neonatal unit. So the only neonatal unit to help these young, beautiful babies we saw in the video, these young, beautiful children, to be able to get a real chance at life. We saw the refugee community in Bangladesh, the Rohingya population that are there, in Burundi and Somalia, many people who have a certain caste in their society. We want to be able to give them the ability to have life-saving medical equipment. And that's where that $12,000 will go. That's at $1,000 a month. And you know, like I was saying before, you know, the Qur'an tells us, and I'll tell you this, and then I will come back to what the Qur'an says. In Surah Nisa, in Ayah 85, which is chapter 4, Ayah 85, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Man yashfa' shafa'atan hasana yakuna lahu nasiban minha." So the person who intercedes in a good cause, there will have a portion of that reward. So, you know, man yashfa' shafa'atan hasana yakuna lahu nasiban minha. Whoever intercedes for a good cause will have the reward of that cause. Think about it. For every life that you're saving, the reward of every good thing that person does will come back to you. It'll come back to you. So hopefully we have someone here who is listening to the Crowdcast who has perhaps passive income or has a solid salary that has not been affected by the COVID-19 crisis that could give at $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month, no one can get rent at $1,000 a month in most metropolitan areas in the United States. And here we are able to maybe rent ourselves a small room, inshallah, in Jannah, inshallah, for this $1,000 a month. So that's at $12,000 for the medical equipment, the life-saving medical equipment. Think about the medical equipment that we're talking about here, ventilators. We're talking about, you know, all of the life-saving material that you need to help have interventional medical procedures completed. So the next giving level is at $6,000, and that's at $500 a month, and those are for patient monitors. Now this is important, especially in that neonatal unit, because we need monitors to make sure that, I mean, those children are always at the very edge, you know, and we need to make sure we have proper patient monitoring and also fetal monitoring for the mothers who come in and have to have these emergency births oftentimes, and that's why the children have to go into these neonatal units, and often it's because they have low nutrition, low access to medical care. So we want to be able, inshallah, to turn that dynamic around. So that's at the next giving level. That's at $500 a month. And you know, $6,000 may seem like a very big number, but you know, when you break it down, hopefully, inshallah, you will be able to bring this into fruition so that you can make a huge investment in your future. And if you can't do it alone, maybe as a family or as two friends, you can sponsor at the $6,000 level. Maybe one person can do $3,000 and the other person can do $3,000. Maybe as an entire family, you guys can work together, inshallah, to raise money at this level. You know, it's kind of amazing in the United States how much of a blessing we're really in. We are showered in blessing. The fact that we have security in our homes, the fact that we can have a home to go to shelter in, right? In all these shelter at home orders and these orders in the United States that have kept us home and hopefully protecting each other. It's kind of amazing if you're at home and you have internet right now. Look at the blessing that you have. And we know in Surah Al-Takathur, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Qur'an, ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ. At the day of judgment, you will be asked about an-na'im. You will be asked about this particular immense blessing. You will be asked about the internet. You will be asked about the hot water running in your home. You will be asked about the security that you have. You will be asked about all these things. And at the next giving level, at $1,200, which is just $100 a month, that's less than the cost of a triple play cable, internet, cable and internet and phone. At $1,200, you can help provide these hospitals in Burundi, Somalia, Palestine, and Bangladesh with surgical supplies, life-saving surgical supplies. Maybe someone has to get something amputated right away, or an infection will spread to the rest of their body. Someone is going septic. They need to have interventional, life-saving, and important surgical supplies. You can do that. You can help someone access that. And remember what we said from Ayah 85 in Surah An-Nisa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when you intercede in the good, for a good reason, in a good cause, in the cause and in the way of God, you will always have a portion of that reward for you, that will be saved for you. And hopefully, if we can make this intentional giving, that reward will also flow back to our children and to the people in our lives, the ones that we love. Because remember that the wealth and the blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah At-Takath that we will be asked about is not just the money. It's not just the money that is in your wallet. It's all of it. It's that sense of peace and security that you have. It's the fact that you have health. If you have been blessed with good health, that is a na'im that you will have to answer for and that you will be asked about. The next giving level after $1,200 is $600 for medicine. Now, this is important because especially if you are, and we saw, of course, in the video, medication that's being prepared for people. If you're someone in one of these countries, in Somalia, in Burundi, in Palestine, or in Bangladesh, maybe it took you a long time to get to the hospital from your particular, village or from your small town. And for you to get there and realize, I can't access the medicine. I got to see the doctor. Maybe I got the surgical intervention I needed. Maybe they were able to monitor me and I was able to actually go to a hospital that has the capacity to see me, but I can't afford my medication. I've got diabetes. I've got high blood pressure, or I've got, a series of other complications in my immune system that make me very susceptible to a COVID-19 or other type of virus, a flu virus. Now I can, inshallah, access medication with just $50 a month. Now, $50 a month is probably not what you even used to spend on coffee, or what you're spending right now on a subscription to all of the streaming services that I'm sure we're a part of to try to keep us busy, especially if you don't have kids. If you have kids, you are on ABC Mouse and you're on all of it to try to keep your kids busy. You're doing distance learning and you're pulling your hair out. But you can spare $50 a month. You could spare $50 a month to help maybe save someone else's life and to give of what you love. Give of what you love so that you can attain that righteousness, so that you can be blessed upon beyond your imagination and to be blessed upon that word you're given, because you will never be decreased in your wealth. Ever. Even if it looks like your bank flow get low, you will never be decreased. I promise you, and that's God's promise. I'm going to give you another story of a DM that I received in my Instagram mailbox of somebody who told me that they were struggling to get into medical school, struggling, and that they really wanted to go to medical school, that it was a big part of the dream they had when they were young. They were in medical venturing programs and they were in all these high school prep to try to get them ready. And they said that after they gave, that they received their acceptance into the medical school, not just any medical school, their top choice. And they said, this is a miracle. This is a miracle is what they told me. And that really shook me. That had me shook. I ain't gonna lie, guys, because I was like, dang, like med school? Like somebody got into the most difficult professional school to get into in the United States, and they got into their top choice. And they told me I gave when it was very difficult for me to give. I was a senior at the time in my undergrad, and I was just graduating, and I gave, and I want you to know that I found out that I got into medical school months later. And that really just made my heart just explode in happiness. I had another sister who contacted me, and she said that her and her husband were both unemployed, and it was very difficult for them to give. And they gave. Now look at all the price points that you can make it a reality, guys, so that you can do this. We want everyone here in this crowdcast, everybody to give. Like Imam Siraj Al-Hajj told me when I was a young student, and that $1,000 investment that I made turned into almost $300,000 return in a way that I could not have imagined ever in the brain of the 17, 18-year-old that was sitting in that room. There was no way I could have imagined that. And I want you to know that this woman and man that were both unemployed, and they were unemployed for 3 months. So they were both taking unemployment from their state. And she said, you know, Yasmin, I want it. And it happened about 2 weeks after she gave. 2 weeks after this woman she gave, she said, I just ended up selling one of my items because I was inspired by what you said, that you just sold something that you had because I had no expendable money. And she said, I had no liquid assets, sorry. So I had to liquidate one of my assets. She said, I sold it, I gave it. She said 2 weeks later, and she said, subhanAllah, I got a job that is paying me twice as much as my old job that I lost, that I thought I would never find anything like it. And my husband has also been blessed with a job. 2 weeks after that, he also got a job because he was so inspired by her giving and her getting that job. You know what he did? He went and he donated, and he donated in an intentional way. And he said, oh Allah, if you can give my wife a job, and a job like this, you can do anything. And I know, and I see you, and I hear you. Sami'na wa ata'na. I hear it, and I will obey, and I will give in your way. And subhanAllah, he was blessed with a wonderful job as well. And she DM'd me to tell me, and it really just made every hair on my body just stand straight up. And I get these stories. You guys think these are isolated incidents. I get these stories every month. Someone is DMing me to tell me about something incredible that has happened to them because of the very pure intention that they had. And then finally, at $360, which is just $30 a month, you can get protective wear. And these are, wonderful PPE, masks and things for hospitals in Pakistan, hospitals in Palestine, in Mozambique, in Syria, and the United States. At just $30 a month, you can do that. So I want you guys to know that you can, the way that you donate, there was a pop-up that came up to donate, but see where it says here, donate today, in this green button. That is for here it is. Look, this is the pop-up box that just came up. That is for a one-time donation, a monthly donation. But if you come down here where it says ask a question and it says donate, right here next between people and ask a question, when you hit that donate button, you can donate on a monthly basis. So especially if you want to give at the $12,000 level or the $6,000 level or the $12,000 level, and you need to give on a monthly basis, just know that you will need to click on this button down here and to make sure that you give on a monthly basis rather than just in a one-time gift, so that you're not just giving $12,000 at one time, or maybe you can't afford to give the $360 at one time. You can just press on this button here where it says pausa.org, heal, donate today, and you can, inshallah, fulfill the absolute need to be able to give from anything that you have to help someone who needs it more. There are people who need the blessings that you have. They need it more. And it's our commitment, hopefully, to be able to share in that. So please, here you just saw a box pop up to contribute for people who need it most. And finally, that $30 a month is for PPE. It will also go to people who need PPE here in the United States. And these are public hospitals. So we're only giving to public hospitals. This is in joint with Islamic Relief, as well as IMANA, which is Islamic Medical Association of North America. And we have committed to giving 500,000 PPE for public hospitals that are in the most affected areas, as Shafak explained to us, in New York, New Orleans, and Chicago. My time is nearing its end. I want to just thank you all for listening as far as you have. I'm sorry if I've been loud and in your face, but I have to tell you that what you're doing is not just investing in the community. You're investing in your own life. And I have seen the crazy, blow your head, your brains are on the ceiling, totally unexpected ways that Allah will bless you when you give, and especially if it's difficult, you guys, especially if you're hurting right now, especially if your hours got cut because of COVID-19, especially because if you're a student right now and you don't know, if you're in this crowdcast, you need to give. You need to give. And Siraj Al-Hajj is a great example of somebody who shares in the blessing and in the goodness of the good cause that he is sharing with people, right? He planted a seed in me to give. And for every good that I've done, it goes back to him. It goes straight back to him. And may Allah, give him and a long life and in the best of health. But he was suffering from cancer. He was suffering from advanced stage cancer, and Allah healed him. And I believe that Allah healed him, and he was very ill, and Allah healed him because of all of the good that man has done. And he has done an incredible amount of good. And let us hopefully fall in line with that tradition, because it is the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not my promise. Just remember that.
Jazakallah khair, Yasmin. Thank you so much. MashaAllah, you're always amazingly motivating people to give and to contribute. We appreciate the work that you do with us and the support that you always been giving us. Alhamdulillah.
I hope that you guys can help each other. And like, if you guys are all on a WhatsApp group with your friends, share with them this link, pausa.org/heal, and start and compete with each other in the good thing. Compete in the good thing with each other and help each other, hopefully, to achieve good together.
SubhanAllah, Yasmin, when you were talking, you reminded me of a very, very great point that I've never thought about giving. About Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's not about the amount that we do, it's about the blessing and the privilege that we have.
Yes.
What did we do with it?
What did you do with it?
SubhanAllah, in Surah Al-Takathur, ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ.
You will be
asked.
You will be
about
asked.
these blessings. Yeah.
And if you've got internet right now, guys, you're ahead of the game from a lot of people.
Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt. Jazakallah khair, Yasmin. Appreciate your time.
Everyone give, even if it's something small, because it makes a big difference.
Inshallah. We'll see you tomorrow, inshallah.
See you guys tomorrow.
On our second virtual gala as well. Tomorrow. Jazakallah khair, Yasmin. We appreciate the work you do. May Allah bless you, bless your family. Ameen.
The organization, and the good work that we're doing so that people can share in the good.
Ameen. So, alhamdulillah, I hope you guys really benefited from what Yasmin had to say, from the motivation that Yasmin just gave us about giving, about contributing in the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just to clarify, the green button, the bar that says donate today, pausa.org/heal is the donation, the recurring donation that's going to take you to the website, redirect you to the website, and you can pledge your recurring donation. The button that says donate in the bottom is where you can make, and the pop-ups here, that where you can make you can make your one-time gift. Excuse me. And this is just showing on the screen right now. I think we took a long time. Honestly, we've delayed our next speaker and final speaker and the highlight of this night. So I'll just introduce him right now, inshallah, and he's gonna inshallah enlighten us with his wisdom, with his knowledge. So we have a very special guest, alhamdulillah, for tonight, El-Hajj Hisham Mahmoud. MashaAllah, I cannot talk about El-Hajj Hisham Mahmoud enough, to be honest. He's been always with us for the past 3 years in our galas, MashaAllah, benefiting people from his knowledge, from his wisdom. I'll leave you with him, inshallah. I just ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us, from whoever donated, from whoever contributed, for whomever attended this gala in the intention of donating and have not donated yet, inshallah, and for whoever actually attended with us and didn't donate as well. May Allah bless you guys, inshallah. And I'll leave you, inshallah, with El-Hajj Hisham Mahmoud, and I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from those people that benefit from his knowledge and his wisdom, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, Hisham, for joining us. The floor is yours. Sorry for the delay, inshallah, for the delay of the time, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum. I can't hear you at all, but give me the thumbs up if you want me to start. All right, Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wa salatu wa salamu ala ashraf al-anbiya'i wal-mursaleen, Sayyidina Muhammadin Sayyid al-awwalin wal-akhirin, wa ala sahabatihi wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawm al-din wal-aqibatu lil-muttaqin. Allahumma ja'alna minhum ya Rabbil alameen. Ameen, ameen, thumma ameen. Going after Yasmin is not an easy task whatsoever. But I do have one point of pride that I'd like to share with everyone here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. As for the blessing of your Lord, convey that. And I take great pride to say that one day or for a short amount of time, Yasmin was actually a student of mine. And so to see her flourish like this and to make waves across the country like this, it really does bring joy to my heart. And she is incredibly special. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her. There's nothing really that I can add to that. And she's made my task very difficult. So I hope you'll appreciate the dilemma in which I find myself. But I wish I would have gone before our so I say then, inshallah, because we are past time here, in the interest of time, I'd like to just share a few words about this month in which we find ourselves and giving in this month, especially with respect to those who are in need for the restoration of their health to its fullest strength. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and protect you and your families. And if you are suffering from any of the symptoms of this virus or from any illness whatsoever, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alleviate you therefrom and restore your health to its fullest strength. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallaahu Alaihi Wasallam once said, "Ni'matani maghbunun fihima kathirun min an-nas, as-sihhatu wal-faragh." That there are two great blessings in which, or from which, most people are, or many people are cheated out of. And he said they were good health and free time. Good health, the Arabs would say that as-sihhatu tajun ala ru'us al-asihha la yarahu illa al-marda. That health, right? Health is a crown that the healthy wear on top of their heads. No one sees that crown except the health, right? Those who are sick, right? Those who are ailing, they are able to appreciate very much the blessing of good health. And the Prophet ﷺ told us to take care of our health and take advantage of our health before our sickness. And so in verses 78 through 82 of Surah Al-Shu'ara, being that we are in the month of the Qur'an, Shahr Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Qur'an. This is the month in which the Qur'an was revealed, and we are reading in our ajza. So in verses 78 through 82, we read on the tongue of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, الذي خلقني فهو يهدين والذي هو يطعمني ويسقين وإذا مرضت فهو يشفين والذي يميتني ثم يحيين وَالَّذِي أَطْمَعُ أَنْ يَغْفِرَ لِي خَطِيئَتِي يَوْمَ الدِّينِ. The one who created me and guides me. Speaking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, calling the people to Allah. He is the one who created me and guides me. The one who feeds me and gives me to drink. And when I fall ill, He is the one who heals me. And He is the one who brings me death and then will resurrect me. And the one in whose forgiveness I greed judgment. I have greed in His forgiveness that He would forgive my sins on the day of judgment. The interesting part of this verse is that the Prophet ﷺ, Ibrahim, he is ascribing all of these things to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the one who does this and the one who does that and the one who does this and the one who does that. But then when it came time to mention the sickness, he said, and when I fall ill, He is the one who cures me. He is the one who brings me out of that illness, restores my health. When I fall ill, He didn't say the one who brings me illness. Although the Prophet ﷺ himself said, "Ma anzal Allahu da'an illa anzala lahu shifa," that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not bring a disease or an illness except that He brings with it a healing and a cure. And so this adab that Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam had in ascribing the illness to himself shows us the etiquette that we should have when we fall ill, and that illness then is a test for the one who is ill and for and a test for the one who is healthy, right? And the Prophet ﷺ about that, he said, "Dawaw mardakum bis sadaqa." Treat your ill with charity, right? Treat your ill with charity. So if you have a family member, for example, who has fallen ill, right, then how do you get that illness to be alleviated from that person? then you give charity in that person's behalf, or that person himself gives charity. And there was a man who complained from this condition that he had in his leg to Abdullah ibn Mubarak. And he said to him, Abdullah ibn Mubarak said to him, go down to one of these places, right? He described a place to him, and he said, go and dig a well there for the people who are there. And so he went there with his condition, and he started digging this well for the people who were there. And that same night, once the well sprang forth, he was cured of his condition. And so dawaw mardakum bis sadaqah. This has two meanings. One is that the person who is sick gets out of that sickness by giving sadaqah. The other meaning, by giving in charity, the other meaning is that your ill people, the people who are ill, then treat them, right? Treat them through your sadaqah, right? Give them your sadaqah so that they may come out of their illness, especially in the case where people are without health care and people without, living in utter poverty, in dire poverty, to bring them out of a state of their illness. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says on the tongue of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ. And when I fall ill, He is the one who cures me. He is the one who cures me of that ailment. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is curing the ill all across the world. But one of the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks of us in order to cure the ill is that we lend to Him a beautiful loan. He turns to those who are healthy and those who are with means, and those even who are in dire straits but prefer the needs of their brothers over their own needs, as our sister so eloquently mentioned, right? To loan to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the means that are necessary to bring that cure to those people. That means that is necessary. And that means was given from us, to us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The fact that you're able to give anything tonight is proof that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enriched you, because you already gave on another occasion before tonight. Now, this is not anyone's first time gift, right? The very fact that you are blessed enough to enter into this webinar is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's proof that His promise is true. The fact that you're able to give anything tonight is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already doubled and tripled what you have given before. And so he's calling you to give again. And so by loaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 245, مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا فَيُضَاعِفَهُ لَهُ أَضْعَافًا كَثِيرًا. Who is that person who will loan to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a beautiful loan, that He may increase it, that He may multiply it manifold, many times over, that He may multiply it. And those stories that our sister shared are just there. I mean, that's haqq. That's true. It's all true. That we should not be surprised. We should not be surprised after everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. Once we finish reciting the Qur'an in any chapter, any verse, we say Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has spoken the truth. He's spoken the truth. And there's a relationship between sadaqah and sidq, right? They come from the same word. That sadaqah, charity, and sidq is true. And these come from the same word, because if you believe in something, you will support it with your money. If you truly believe it, you'll put your, what do we say here in America? We say you got to put your money where your mouth is, right? If you truly believe that something is true, you will support it with your money. You will sacrifice in order to uphold it and maintain it and sustain it then, right? You will sacrifice. And that sacrifice, like Imam Sadat said, right? May Allah preserve him. Like Imam Sadat said, it needs to hurt just a little bit. And so I'd like to ask you to do two things tonight. In the month that commemorates the generosity of the Prophet ﷺ beyond what he would normally do, the Prophet ﷺ is characterized, he's described as Kana Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ajwad al-nas wa kana ajwad ma yakunu fi Ramadan hina yalqahu Jibril fayudarisuhu al-Qur'an. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was the most generous of all people, That's how he was described. He was the most generous of all people. This was the Prophet ﷺ before he was called to the office of prophecy. In all the years of Mecca, in all the years of Medina, they described him as such. مَا كَانَ يَبِيتُ عِنْدَهُ دِينَارٌ وَلَا دِرْهَمٌ. That not a single silver or gold coin would spend the night in his house. And if he had any money on his person, he would not return home until he found someone in the street to give that money to, even if night overtook him by surprise. He would not come home with any money in his pockets. That was the Prophet ﷺ throughout the entire year. So how do you outdo that? How do you outdo yourself, Ya Rasulullah? How does he outdo himself in Ramadan? If that is how he was throughout the entire year. The Prophet ﷺ used to go into personal debt in order never to turn away the person who was asking him for help. He would go into personal debt. Most of the time we find him in Medina, he is in debt. He is indebted to someone, either a Muslim or a Jew. He's indebted. How often did the Prophet ﷺ say, I don't have the means, but take it from so-and-so and tell him I will pay him back on such and such a date, inshallah. Or tell him, this is how many times that he goes into personal debt in order not to turn someone away. Sallallaahu alayhi wa sallam. Such was his sacrifice and such was his love for the ummah, the welfare of other people, and to prefer your brother over yourself. This is the call of Iman. This is the essence of faith. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to taste its delight. And so the Prophet ﷺ was described as such. And then وَكَانَ أَجْوَدَ مَا يَكُونُ فِي رَمَضَانِ. How is that possible? How is that even possible? That he was at his most generous in Ramadan. حِينَ يَلْقَاهُ جِبْرِيلٌ. So he would be even more generous in Ramadan when Jibreel alayhi salam would come. And to commemorate that, to commemorate the anniversary of the revelation when it first came to the Prophet ﷺ, the Jibreel ﷺ comes to the Prophet ﷺ and he recites the Qur'an to him, and the Prophet ﷺ gives and gives and gives and gives and gives. فَكَانَ كَالرِّيحَ الْمُرْسَلَةِ. They said that he was like a breeze that was sent forth, relieving and alleviating the pain and the suffering and the agony of everyone within its reach. Sallallaahu alayhi wa sallam. And so this is the month in which we are called upon. Right, this opportunity presents itself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, they say that there's a saying, ta'arradu rahman, right? That expose yourselves to the gentle breezes of the compassionate Lord, right? Expose yourselves to his gentle breezes. And so tonight, it needs to hurt just a little bit. Like Imam Sarad said, I want two things from everyone tonight. It needs to hurt just a little bit. Whatever amount of money you thought that you were going to give tonight, increase that amount to where it hurts just a little bit. Because if you're lifting weights and you've got nothing but 3-pound dumbbells in your hands in each arm, right? I don't know. For me, that actually might be a workout. But you have 3-pound dumbbells in each arm, right? Yeah, I mean, you could sit there for a whole hour and not benefit, right? Because you haven't torn into the muscle. It's got to hurt just a little bit in order to repair itself and get stronger. And the same thing, when it hurts a little bit, when it hurts our attachment a little bit, right? That returns to us with detachment, right? And purification. الَّذِي يُؤْتِي مَالَهُ يَتَزَكَّى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the one who gives his wealth for increase in self-purification. For increase in self-purification, he gives his money away, right? And so give it away. And by giving it away, you're actually keeping it. And that is the promise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who said with Aisha, he said, what is left of the sheep? She said, nothing is left except the shoulder, Ya Rasulullah. He said, it's all gone except the shoulder, O Aisha. No, she said, nothing is left, nothing remains except the shoulder. The Prophet ﷺ said, all of it remains except the shoulder. She said, nothing remains except the shoulder. We gave it all away. He said, all of it remains except the shoulder that we're going to consume now. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Such was his teaching. Such was his teaching. Such was his promise. And so we trust in that. And so that's the first thing I want you to do. The second thing I want you to do, I want you to commit tonight. You are within earshot of this call. Do not turn this invitation down. It is for your benefit and mine and those who are around, inshallah, those who will benefit the recipients of this money. Become a monthly donor to Penny Appeal. That simple. And whatever you're giving on a monthly basis, that doesn't need to hurt. That's my deal with you. That does not need to hurt. Let's make that deal, okay? That does not need to hurt. But that's an amount that you'll just forget. I didn't even know I was giving $5 a month. I forgot about that. I totally forgot I was giving $5 a month to Penny Appeal. Change, right? Change. Every little bit counts. Become a monthly donor tonight. And so that's the call. Let it hurt just a little bit. Become a monthly donor. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and increase you so that inshallah whatever you give tonight, it returns to you so that you can give again and give again. And it's just like that. It goes back and forth. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you loan that money to Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pays it back with interest. Yeah, He pays it back with interest. He says, وَيُرْبِ الصَّدَقَاتِ يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَى وَيُرْبِ الصَّدَقَاتِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala obliterates riba and He applies riba to the charity that you give. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Jazakallah khair, Hajj Hisham Mahmoud. We always appreciate your appearance, your words, your wisdom, your knowledge. Jazakallah khair for being with us tonight. And inshallah, we hope to have you soon, inshallah, in other events or other occasions. Subhanallah, I mean, you can't top what Yasmin and El-Hajj Hisham Mahmoud have mentioned about the sadaqah, about the contribution in the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I just wanted to remind you all why we're here today, why we're here tonight. It's just because without your help, without your contribution, none of our programs will be functioning. None of our beneficiaries are going to be helped. You guys are the fuel to what we do, to our work. So please keep in giving and keep in contributing toward our cause, inshallah. I hope you guys, we come here to the end of our events. I hope you guys enjoyed every little bit of it, inshallah. I wanted to remind people the 3 methods of donations, inshallah. You can always donate monthly through the green bar that says donate today, pausa.org/heal. This is going to redirect you to our website. And the other option is donating one time for one gift is through the donation button in the bottom that says donate next to people and ask a question. You also, if you're not familiar or through these pop-ups, if you are not really comfortable with donating online, you can always call our office, talk to our staff. They will definitely take care of you. You can always call 202-851-2112 and talk to our staff, talk to somebody from the office, and inshallah, they're going to help you out. They're going to take care of you, take care of your donation, inshallah. Please keep us in your dua. We do what we do for you guys to connect you guys with the cause that we actually work with. Without these events, without these tours that we host, a lot of people probably would not hear about us. But we do what we do, the work in terms of even our programs or in terms of our fundraisings, is because we want to connect you to our beneficiaries. We want to connect you to our programs. We want you to contribute and be involved with us and be exposed to the work that we do actually. Please join us tomorrow, inshallah. We have another virtual gala with another very special gift tomorrow, another very special guest actually tomorrow, inshallah, with Dr. Abdul Sayyid. A lot of us know Dr. Abdul through his political engagements and through his advocacy toward universal healthcare. So please, and this is what Heal Humanity is about. So please join us tomorrow. We're going to have Dr. Abdul Sayyid. We're going to have a similar beautiful program as well for you, inshallah. So please join us inshallah as well. Continue to join us in the next weekends on May 9th, Saturday, May 9th with Ustad Abdurrahman Murphy, and on Sunday, May 10th with Imam Faisal Latif, inshallah. I hope to see you soon, inshallah, tomorrow. بإذن with our second virtual gala. Keep us in your dua, inshallah. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.